Liftoff. Liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket.
Mark 1, execute. And we have an indication of spacecraft separation.
Good evening. I'm Andrea Lenhoff. I'm a systems engineering lead at ULA and your host for tonight's Atlas V USSF-12 launch for the United States Space Force Space Systems Command.
Oh, good for you.
I'm here at ULA's Atlas Spaceflight Operations Center at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida.
I'll be going outside, but it's
Liftoff
cloudy
is
and
scheduled for
lightning.
6 p.m. Eastern, though we do have a 2-hour window available
Look
today.
at all those clouds.
In addition to watching our webcast, you can also follow live mission progress at ulalaunch.com.
You know.
The count is currently in a 30-minute planned hold. We have 2 planned holds in our 7.5-hour launch count, which give our team additional time to resolve any issues prior to entering the terminal count. At this time, the team is not working any issues and we are proceeding towards an on-time liftoff. Today's ascent to geosynchronous orbit is more than 6 hours, so we'll wrap up about 25 minutes after liftoff. Stay tuned after liftoff to hear more about Wide Field of View from U.S. Space Force's Colonel Heather Boxty and Millennium Space Systems CEO Jason Kim.
Quit moving the camera.
Before we continue, let's check in on today's weather forecast with Space Launch Delta 45 Weather Officer Will Ulrich.
Lightning storm.
Thanks, Andrea. Good things come to those who will wait. That's the saying, right? Well, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit longer as Mother Nature isn't entirely cooperating right now. My colleagues at the 45th Weather Squadron are actively evaluating those 10 lightning launch commit criteria to ensure we keep that rocket safe from both natural and rocket-triggered lightning. And one of those rules, the attached anvil cloud rule, is currently being violated.
Today?
However, there are signs that those clouds are beginning to clear over the pad, and we will be in a go situation just before T0. But we'll continue to evaluate those clouds
cloudy,
all the way up until the
50
final
miles
seconds
north
of
of
the
you,
count.
and lightning storms.
Now, a live look at satellite imagery
All right.
behind me shows those widespread clouds cover across the spaceport. But the deepest clouds, the strongest showers and thunderstorms are well west of Complex 41. And the clouds that you see over Cape Canaveral right now are beginning to thin.
I got my little,
so that's why we're very confident going into today's opening of the window, and we do look good. Jessica Williams just gave her final weather brief at L-30 minutes and gave a 60% chance of go or 40% chance of no-go conditions due to the cumulus cloud and attached anvil rules.
I'll take
now,
the 40%.
Although Mother Nature isn't cooperating right now, we do expect her to cooperate here shortly, and we should be good to go at the opening of the window. Andrea, back to you.
Thanks, Will. Wind can play a critical role on launch day. ULA has a team of engineers making sure we maximize our launch opportunities with real-time wind monitoring and trajectory updates. To learn more, we spoke with Robert Olson.
Hey, Robert.
I'm Robert Olson. I work in the Structural Dynamics Group here at ULA, and I'm responsible for the execution of operations here in the Denver Winds Room. We call it the Winds Room because we're monitoring the balloons that are released from the launch site, and they're measuring the winds a lot for us. And as part of that, we develop a steering algorithm for the vehicle to steer into the wind to minimize vehicle responses. And we're also verifying that the vehicle is structurally capable and can control itself.
I predict.
The team engineer shows up here about 4 hours prior to launch. We have our first balloon release. We're trending the winds aloft conditions on launch day. And for each of those balloons, we see is the vehicle structurally capable and can it control itself?
I like this program for the iPhone.
And what are the performance impacts from flying conditions aloft? It's critically important for these low margin, high performing type of systems that we have a very deep understanding of exactly what the vehicle is going to experience. And in so doing, we're increasing our reliability and the confidence that we have in what
the minute it goes up, I'll step outside and we'll see if Dave can capture it, but I kind of doubt it. It is socked in here.
What is unique about this operation here in the Winds Room is that we
remember the Challenger. No.
We have the capabilities to adapt to later balloons in the air and set our timeline for whatever T0
crappy weather.
launch team is working.
They're spending like
It's very important for us here to balance
$50 million
and
on this launch.
Reliability would be having the most amount of margin possible and protecting the vehicle in that way, while that would be in direct conflict with being able to launch at any given time. So we're balancing that.
We're going to do a little
we operate with the balloon.
astronomy live stream tonight. So.
Very close to liftoff, and that allows us to provide that balance of launch availability
half an hour or so.
Just as we went on air, the hold was extended.
Oh,
We
no
will be
kidding.
unable to enter terminal count as the appointed time at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern liftoff time. ULA is launching USSF-12 for the Space Force's Space Systems Command. Let's learn more from Government Mission Integration Manager, Lieutenant Paige Harrison.
USSF-12
I got
features
captions
2
on.
satellite payloads, the Wide Field of View testbed, as well as the
Second lieutenant
USSF-12
at
bridge.
least.
Atlas V will deliver both spacecraft directly to geosynchronous orbit, approximately 22,000 miles or 36,000 kilometers above the equator. The forward payload, Wide Field of
look
View,
this
is
way.
a testbed
Gotta look this way.
spacecraft that informs the
this way,
next-gen
babe.
overhead persistent infrared program, the successor for the Space-Based Infrared System program, or SBIRS for short. Designed to provide a resilient space-based global missile warning capability against emerging missile
They
and
picked a
counter-space
lieutenant that
threats.
could
Wide Field of
enunciate.
View's primary mission is to explore future missile warning algorithms with data collected
I
in
can't even
space.
say agro.
The aft payload is a propulsive ESPA called the USSF-12.
I'm sorry, I just have.
This ring
I
is
know
a
it's not
classified mission
professional.
to demonstrate future
What is
technology for the
professional?
Department of Defense.
For today's launch, ULA is using an
At
Atlas
least we
V
have-
541 rocket. This is the 94th Atlas
At
V
least
launch
we
and
got the
ULA's
internet on.
151st launch. Produced in ULA's 1.6 million square foot production facility in Decatur, Alabama, the Atlas V Common Core booster is powered by
wrong
an
one.
NPO
Sorry.
Energobosch RD-180 engine. 4 Northrop
We're back.
Grumman solid
We're
rocket
back live.
boosters provide additional thrust at liftoff. The Centaur second stage is powered by an Aerojet Rocketdyne RL-10 engine. The 2 spacecraft are encapsulated in a 5-meter diameter payload fairing produced by Beyond Gravity in Decatur, Alabama. These rocket components travel from Alabama to Cape Canaveral on ULA's rocket
We
ship.
could be
Once
doing
in
this.
Florida, a series of events lead to
We'd
today's
be
countdown.
hanging with Dave.
We're here outside the Vertical Integration Facility, or VIF, at Space Launch Complex 41, where we're about to roll the Atlas V on the Mobile Launch Platform, or
Why
MLP,
not?
to
Come
the pad.
on.
Before we do, let's take a look at how we stack this rocket. Our process began with
Alright,
lifting the
let me go back to
107-foot or
where the hell's the
33-meter
video at?
booster onto the
Okay,
MLP.
back to the
Then the
video.
team mated the SRBs to the booster, followed by the
It's a nice little
transportation
program
lift of the
for,
Centaur into position
the
atop
iPhone.
the Atlas V booster. Finally, the payload fairing with both spacecraft already encapsulated was mated to the Atlas V rocket. With the rocket fully assembled, we now transition to the final
Oh, she's
countdown
a-
procedure
she's
by
a
rolling it
big
from
one.
the VIF to the pad. To complete this move, 6 components are used for the 20-minute trip, which spans about 1/3 of a mile. The MLP weighs approximately 2 million
Half of
pounds,
hers in the other
supports the
state.
rocket, and contains air conditioning, electrical, and commodities lines. The undercarriages bear the weight of the MLP in the
All right,
rocket.
you can.
The Atlas
You
V
guys
rocket
can go
stands
over
196
to all the
feet,
other
or about 60 meters,
live
and
streams
weighs
that were the professional.
775,000
I just like to have a
or
little
more than
fun.
350,000
Come on.
kilograms fully fueled. With the rocket on the pad, the launch team transitions to fueling and other final preparations.
Okay, what do we got here? What do we got? We got a
We have an update on the weather. I'm going to hand it back to Will for a
T-minus
status.
4 minutes. We're on hold.
Hey, Andrea. Just wanted to give a quick update because I just heard from my colleagues at the 45th Weather Squadron over at the Morel Operations Center that the estimated clear time on that one rule that we've been monitoring, the attached anvil rule, is going to last a little longer. So we are going to have to eat into today's window. And those clouds that you see over the spaceport are remaining a little bit thicker
I'm
than we
about
originally
right-
anticipated. So that attached
I'm
anvil
about
cloud
right
rule is
here.
not expected to
I'm
clear
about right
until
here.
6:15
That's
p.m.
where I'm
local.
at.
Now, we still anticipate going into a go situation
Let
here
me get
shortly
my-
thereafter, so we still
Let me
have
get my
plenty of
finger
time
out here.
within
Yeah,
that
I'm
2-hour
about
window
right
to get
here.
today's launch
There's
off
the
the
Cape
ground.
right there.
Back to you.
I predict a no-go.
ULA's Atlas V 541 rocket
And
is
of
launching
course, I
both
can't see
spacecraft
chat
to
right now.
geosynchronous orbit.
That's all right.
Let's learn more about today's flight.
Yes,
The
tell us.
RD-180 main engine and 4 solid rocket boosters ignite to lift the Atlas V rocket away from the pad. Together, the main engine and SRBs generate a combined liftoff thrust of 2.25 million pounds, or about 10 meganewtons. The Atlas V reaches Mach 1 at the speed of sound at 35 seconds. 1 minute, 48 seconds into
Captain,
flight, the
she's
first
full
2
of blood,
GEM
Captain. I'm
63
giving
solid
her
rocket
all
boosters are
I
jettisoned.
can
Remaining
give
2
her.
are jettisoned about 3 seconds later. At approximately 3 minutes, 25 seconds, the rocket has climbed above the densest part of Earth's atmosphere, and the payload fairing is jettisoned. 4 minutes, 24 seconds into flight, propellant levels are depleted, and the main engine
You
shuts
gotta see
down.
my closed caption.
6 seconds later, the Atlas Centaur separation system activates to release the booster stage. The rocket now weighs a little more than 5% of what it did at liftoff. At 4 minutes, 40 seconds, the first Centaur main engine burn begins. Following a 12-minute, 15-second coast, the second Centaur main engine burn begins. Within this sequence, the second burn is used to raise the apogee to a near geosynchronous altitude. 5 hours, 43 minutes, 54 seconds after liftoff, the RL-10 engine ignites for a final burn.
I should go over and see what you guys are doing. Let me see what you guys are doing over in
Centaur completes its final
the,
engine cutoff following a guidance-commanded shutdown.
chat right now.
The first of 2 spacecraft separations occurs at 5 hours, 49 minutes, 36 seconds, releasing wide field
Yeah, we
of
got a
view.
few people
Space
in here. We
Force's
got like
Space Sensing
3.
Director.
I got the screen down.
5 hours,
We got a few
59
people.
minutes, 3 seconds.
haven't
Centaur
scared
releases
them
the
all
booster
off.
adapter. 6 hours, 5 minutes,
Yeah.
21 seconds after liftoff, Centaur releases the
What is full
USSF-12
screen?
ring
Full
spacecraft
screen's
with the
that.
Space
There
Systems
we go.
Command
Use
Innovation
my
and
short
Prototyping
keys.
Directorate.
I predict this for today. But I could be wrong. You know, I've always been wrong. Not always right. No, what happened to our audio? Come on, you gotta have somebody on there, people. Come on, SpaceX, they always have somebody. Hey, don't go this long. I'm falling asleep. We don't even have a countdown clock going. It's on hold. It's on T-minus 4 minute and holding. Dookie dookie. What time is it anyway? Let me get my watch on. Come on. Gotta have somebody talking at all times. Ooh, got people on the beach. You know, that beach or the beach right above it, it's a nude beach. This may be the nude beach. They got their clothes on today. That is the beach right above the Cape, north of the Cape. Nope, you don't have to wear any clothes. You can be naked. That's what they tell me. Well, my neighbor, he's been to it before. That's neither here nor there.
ULA's Vulcan rocket is nearing its first flight. While we're waiting for a new T0, let's get an update on Vulcan.
Vulcan Centaur production begins with aluminum sheets expertly machined to remove more than 2/3 of the weight, resulting in the structurally strong yet lightweight orthogrid panels that form Vulcan's propellant tanks. The panels are then bump pressed to form the curves required to complete the tanks. At the same time, rings, adapters, and other structural components are precision milled.
It's 5:55.
Next,
Good
the aluminum
evening.
domes, panels, and other structures that form Vulcan's propellant tanks are first cleaned and
What
etched
Mickey
to a
says.
smooth, even surface, and then anodized to harden and prevent corrosion. Following an ultrasonic inspection, 5 completed panels for the liquefied natural gas, or LNG tank, are assembled and joined together using friction stir welding. Unlike traditional welding, where
Doesn't let me use my short keys in full screen.
The liquid oxygen, or LOX tank, followed by attaching domes to complete the tanks. Circumferential friction stir welding is then used to join the two propellant tanks that comprise the Vulcan booster. As production continues on the booster stage, stretch-forming gore panels for the Centaur's
Yeah.
second stage propellant
This
tanks
is what gets me
underway.
back in the
Stainless
good
steel
old
gore
days. These
panels
guys
are
would be
welded
all
together to
in
create the propellant tank domes. The gore welder is one of
clean-
several highly
clean
specialized
room
welding
suits.
stations in the Centaur
Place
production
would have been-
process. Just down the aisle, Centaur 5's massive intermediate Vulcan.
They would have had
is
their
made
pocket
to its
calculator in their
ultra-thin
pocket, top
Once both
pocket.
propellant tanks are welded, they're mated together to create the Centaur 5's second stage. Once the propellant
doesn't
tanks
look
are
as
joined,
cool as back
the
in the
5.4
60s.
meter booster is sprayed with foam insulation before moving to final assembly. Twin BD4 engines are hot fired and then mated to Vulcan's thrust structure. With production complete, the booster makes its way onto ULA's rocket ship for its journey to the launch site.
Really?
Meanwhile, at Cape Canaveral's Space Launch Complex 41, the water suppression system has been upgraded and
I don't
tested,
think it's gonna go.
along with other modifications, including new, larger fuel storage tanks. In the Vertical Integration Facility, or VIF, platforms have been modified to accommodate the larger Vulcan rocket. Following the 8-day journey to Cape Canaveral, the booster is offloaded and
We could
transported
all
to the
be
VIF, where it is
hanging
lifted
with
onto the
Dave.
newly constructed Vulcan Launch Platform, or VLP. The first Vulcan booster then travels a third of a mile to
Why
the pad
not,
for
huh?
testing, followed by
Hey, come to
2.7
my-
miles to the Space Flight Processing Operations Center, or SPOC,
to my
for
table
additional
there.
testing. This launch site
few
testing
beers
culminates
and
with another
some
trip to the pad, where the
shrimp
LOX
on
and
the Barbie.
LNG tanks will be filled and chilled to flight levels and temperatures.
Now, where he is? Yeah, there he is. He's up there. There he is. Back live. Yeah, I'm getting all these messages. On hold.
The Space Force provided the artwork we see on today's payload fairing. Today's artwork includes projection of the world in the center as viewed from space, reflecting a wide field of view as seen through a wasp's eyes. Additionally, there are two black stars inside a red plume to represent the two space vehicle programs.
I think it's an Illuminati conspiracy logo. We got to figure out all the hidden meanings and all that. Yeah. Why don't you just tape me? See, I've been going for 24 minutes now. Finally decided to get Premiere from YouTube so I can download videos. It's not too bad. What is it? $15 a month, and you don't get any ads on your videos and all this bull. Yeah,
It's 5:59.
that's what Mickey says. Launch was, what, 5:02? Oh, 6:02, I mean, sorry. This is better than nothing. You know. There for a while back in Denver, I had my streams going. And everybody knows what happened while I'm down here in Florida. So, everything's still in storage. I couldn't bring it down here if I wanted to because of the gas prices right now. It cost me $10,000 just to move my stuff down here. Probably U-Haul would probably cost them, you're looking at over $1,500, maybe $2,000 with the gas prices. So what we'll do is we'll fly up to Denver, pack everything into a U-Haul and get it down here and either move it into a place I've finally gotten or put it in storage. At least get it down here. chillo? Yeah. So I got my little chillo here. Let me see if I show you chillo real quick. Sitting at my foot of my. Yeah, there he is. Hey, chillo. Look up here. Oh, there he is. Heineken. Oh, Dave's drinking again. No, that's for when my neighbor wants to have a beer. Come on now, so you gotta have people talking. I ain't gonna cut it. What's the weather for tonight?
Looks good right now, but it might not last long.
Will it be cloudy tonight?
Yep. Cloudy with a chance of, well, more clouds.
Will it rain tonight?
Yes, I think we'll see some rain.
What's the temperature outside?
The high from tonight to tomorrow at 6 a.m. will be 79 degrees, and the low will be 73.
Really? Is that all it is right now? What's the weather right now?
It's currently cloudy and 79 degrees.
Usually it's like 92 degrees right now. I don't think it's gonna go. You know, they have $150 million riding on this. Yeah, I was gonna set up everything outside, and then I decided I'll just put my iPad on a Heineken box. When it gets ready to launch, I'll just pick my camera up and take about 10 steps outside. Bam! But I don't think I'm gonna launch. We'll just reschedule it for tomorrow. I missed my TV show on TV. I like SpaceX. They really had their act together on all this. I like their graphics. These are kind of blah. And NASA only streams in 720p. I mean, come on. Jeez, everybody's up to 4K. We're looking at.
In addition to monitoring the Anvil cloud rule, we are also monitoring wind. As we learned in the earlier video, a series of weather balloons has been launched throughout the countdown from the range weather station at the Cape to collect measurements of wind speeds and directions to determine if conditions aloft violate the controllability or structural loads on the rocket during ascent. The balloon data is transmitted to ULA engineers in Denver to select a steering profile that minimizes launch vehicle
to me,
responses.
Batman, how come my voice,
ULA builds
my words
Atlas,
are all
Delta, and now
screwed
Vulcan
up
rockets in a 1.6 million square foot facility in Decatur, Alabama.
YouTube
Here's a look
substitutes
inside.
words as words, but their stuff is all perfect.
Successfully launching missions to every planet in the solar system, in addition to critical national security, science, weather, and communication satellites, ULA has established a long-standing industry reputation for reliability and orbit accuracy. While our rockets lift off from launch pads in Florida and California, the journey to space begins in Decatur, Alabama. At approximately 1.6 million square feet, ULA's production facility is an always-on workhorse where technicians simultaneously build
I'm getting a
components
little
for
hungry,
Atlas
too.
V,
I think I'll have
Delta
some
IV Heavy,
meatloaf
and
tonight.
Vulcan Centaur rockets. Booster production begins when large aluminum plate stock is loaded into one of 4 double gantry skin milling machines, where aluminum is milled into patterns designed for building tanks and other components. This process helps reduce the original weight of each panel by 70%, while maintaining approximately 75% of the original material
Meatloaf,
strength.
broccoli.
After machining,
Potatoes
skin
and
panels are
gravy.
transported to the brake form and
I'll get a
bump
baked
pressed into
potato
the
and
precise
I'll
curved radius
save that
required
for
to create
later.
fuel tank barrel sections. Components made from aluminum require anodization to protect from corrosion. For this requirement, certain components, like skin panels, are first given a high-pressure wash and then dipped in a series of chemicals to complete the sealing process.
What do you think, Chillo?
The skin panels are then transported to the vertical friction stir
Oh,
welder,
when the
where they're
lightning
lifted
hits
and
there, boy,
forged
Chillo
together
goes,
to
he
form the
freaks
barrel
out
sections of the
so
fuel
much
and
that I have to
oxidizer
put him in
tanks.
the bathroom. He's never heard
Delta
lightning
IV and
before.
Vulcan Centaur tanks are comprised of 5 skin panels, while 4 skin panels form the Atlas V tanks. Friction stir welding is a unique process accomplished by a pin tool, which applies frictional heat and stirring of the parent material to form a weld. This process only uses friction as the heat source and has no filler material, making it extremely strong welded joint. Completed aluminum barrel sections then move to the circumferential friction stir welder, where domes are welded to each end, completing the first stage fuel tanks. After pressure testing, which verifies the integrity of the welds, the next stop for booster fuel tanks is the spray-on foam insulation booth, or SOFI. This is where completed tanks are primed, then insulated to protect from the acoustics that occur at liftoff. Tanks then move to final assembly, where components like wiring and engines are added. In addition to the first stage, or booster stage, ULA's second stages are also built in Decatur. The factory has recently undergone a major reconfiguration, resulting in a new state-of-the-art Centaur V production line to increase the speed at which Vulcan Centaur second stages are built, assembled, and tested. The Centaur upper stages for Atlas and Vulcan are built using a thin stainless steel structure, making it the most efficient upper stage in our business. To create the domes.
Here's what it looks like outside. It's already been raining. It's clouds. Yeah, we're not going to see anything here. They're not going to launch. Look at all that. They're not going to launch.
At the end of the production journey, all systems on both the booster and Centaur are fully tested, and the stages are prepared for transport to the launch site. With testing and transport preparations completed, Atlas V, Delta IV Heavy, and Vulcan Centaur rockets exit the factory and roll about a mile down the road to a dock on the Tennessee River. Once loaded onto the RS rocket ship, ULA's specially designed cargo boat, the rockets begin the 8-day trip to Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Florida, or the 23-day trip to Vandenberg Space Force Base, California.
Let me go to Weatherbug here.
The launch team continues to track both issues. Anvil clouds remain unacceptable for flight, and the most recent upper-level wind rating was red. Let's get an update from Will Ulrich.
Thanks, Andrea. The waiting game continues.
Let's go to
First, let's talk about the attached anvil rule. Live look at satellite imagery right now continues to show upper-level clouds streaming over the spaceport. And those clouds, although they are thinning, they remain situated
What are you talking
directly
about?
over Complex 41. So they're taking a little bit more time to get out of the way.
Who's
With that
coming?
in mind, my colleagues at the 45th Weather Squadron have updated the estimated clear time
Let
to
me
no
do this
earlier than
then.
6:30 p.m.
Let's
this
go
evening, so we're going to
to-
have to wait a little bit longer. Additionally,
Storm
upper-level
tracker.
winds are currently unfavorable, and it's not that those winds are particularly strong,
I'm
because
right
this time
here.
of year, winds are typically very light.
The
So
Cape's
the
over
upper
here.
portions of the atmosphere, but they are variable.
there's
So flight
thunderstorms
teams
down here.
in Denver and with other units inside of United Launch Alliance are keeping a close eye on the changeability or variability of those wind speeds to ensure that the rocket makes the correct adjustments as it moves up into the atmosphere.
forgot it, just
so with
picture-
that said,
picture.
we're not going to go any earlier than 6:30 p.m., but the general trend is our friend as those clouds continue to thin and move out of the way. We'll provide an update as soon as I have one. Back to you, Andrea.
I'm gonna go to, this is the program I use for,
Thanks, Will. This May, ULA lifted
Figuring
the
out
Boeing Starliner
ISS
Council for NASA, marking
flyovers
our
and stars.
150th launch since our
It's
doors
set
opened in
for-
2006.
It-
Let's take a look at some highlights commemorating this milestone.
Alright. Show us some highlights.
150. 150 consecutive launches.
I can make this bigger, I think.
150
Yeah, I can make
consecutive
that. Yeah,
successes.
let's do that.
At ULA, 100% mission success is an achievement that both defines us and motivates
Yeah, I
us.
just plug in,
As the industry's
for
most
tonight for the
experienced launch
ISS,
service provider, we
puts
continue
it
to
center
provide
where it's gonna
world-leading
be
reliability,
right overhead, and I
schedule
hit
confidence,
compass.
and mission optimization. And we're proud to lead the way in space.
Move the-
expand what's
move the
possible.
camera to where
Our pride
it
is
spots
built
the
on the
ISS,
successful
and that could
launch
be
of
4 hours from
93
now.
national security missions,
Locked in.
18 GPS satellites, 5 trips to Mars, 18
I like this
commercial
program.
missions, and 39 science and exploration missions. From low Earth to the most complex geosynchronous orbits and interplanetary trajectories, ULA is the only launch provider capable of delivering to any orbit, anytime. 30 Delta 2s, 23 Delta 4s.
That's how
12
when
Delta
I go
4s,
live,
85 Atlas
the ISS or the Hubble's in the center.
150 flights
Like I
using
said,
our
I use the
trusted
compass on
fleet
here
of
and move
rockets
the camera
built to
right
the
where it's
evolving
supposed to
needs
be
of
and
each and
lock
every
right in.
customer. We've traveled 2,500,000 miles and delivered more than 1,400,000 pounds to orbit.
We wanna
Deliveries that
go
have
full
improved
screen
the way we
now.
live and work and provided
Oh.
a deeper understanding of our universe.
I'm all high tech tonight.
All rockets are not created equal, and when it absolutely must get to space safely and on time, customers choose ULA. 150 glorious liftoffs, 100% mission success.
Really? I wonder if I hit T. Let's see what happens if I hit T. Where the hell's T? No. Next. Nope. Yeah, we're. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see what they have to say. It's on hold. That's what they're saying for the launch here. In hold. That's what they're saying. This shows all the launches throughout the world. You know, it tells me everything. I got a program and it links into here and gives me all the stuff that I wanted. Live stream, YouTube Studios. Oh, I gotta put that. This is why it's not. There we go. Come on, guys, move. Looks like a static image to me. That don't look good to me. Let me hit. Yeah, maybe it's on pause. Oh, there we go. We're on pause. There they are. Let's go back to the big screen. We're on hold. What did I tell you? Didn't I predict it? I even made up a graphic for it. Where the hell's that? Yeah, see? I made up a graphic for it. Scrubbed. I like this program on the iPad. I know, well, it's on the iPad too, but I'm using my phone for the camera side. Yeah, we're T-minus hold right now. Yeah, we're on hold, people. Grab your buddy. We're on hold. Somebody's holding my buddy. See, I think I can do this. Let me try this. Let's see here. We're gonna go right to this. Ooh, that's cool. And then I can go right back and hit this. And we're right back in the flow of things. This stuff is just phenomenal. Wait until I get my iOS 16. It's going to be more like a computer at that point. This iPad will tear up any laptop, any Windows laptop. It'll tear it up. Now, of course, people go out and, they can build, like you can't really build a Mac, but you can build. But I'm the average Joe Blow. This iPad will step all over it. It is super fast. It's got the M1 chip. Apple's own chip, and the next one's going to have the M2 chip. I'm not going to upgrade my iPhone 12 Max Pro until the 14 comes out. My Mickey Mouse watch here. I'm still with Apple Watch 6. They got 7 out. So I got Mickey on there. See, there's little Mickey. And Mickey, what time is it, Mickey?
It's 6:20.
How about you, Minnie?
It's 6:20.
Oh. Amazing. This stuff's amazing. Hey, I don't have my $80,000 live streaming studio, but I got this and I make it work. Believe me. What I do in my head to try to figure things out, make it work. It would be nice if I could just bring this stream in from NASA, but with YouTube, I'm kind of locked into their parameters on their mobile device
We
apps.
often get questions about the various clock displays visible in the Launch Control Center. Most notably, the T count and the L count clocks. T simply stands for time, and L for launch. The T count is a scripted time until T0.
What this the
All of the
minus
launch
thing.
vehicle countdown events are procedurally sequenced to tee time. The L count is the total amount of time until launch, which is the tee time plus the built-in holds. Built-in holds are placed at strategic points in the countdown. For instance, before cryogenic loading and before the terminal count and liftoff, and are contingency time that the team can use if needed to catch up in the event of a delay in countdown activities.
Thank you, Jenny. Thanks for the explanation. Thank you. Let's see. Let me see what we got going here. Let's see what programs I got open here. What do I got going here? What can I show you that won't incriminate me? Let me type in something here. It's called solar something. Solar. Let's go here. There's the sun. Let's look at Jupiter. Let's go to Jupiter. What's Jupiter doing right now? Cool. Let's see, I know you can show it. I'm trying to figure out how you can show. Let's see. There we go. There's one of the moons. Yeah. And I can do this. I'll use my mouse pad. Of course, Jupiter's not really spinning that fast. But yeah, I can do that. Turn it, I like this program. We can go to the Earth. Let's go to the Earth. The Earth, and I can turn it to where we can see the moon in the background there. Where the hell's the moon at? Yeah, there's it. I can turn it around. Alright. Oh, there's the moon. We can go to the moon. Go up here. Let's go to the moon. Where's the moon? Alright, let's go way over to the Earth. Oh, there it is. There it is. Ooh, we got a little bit of the moon, and let's turn it to where we can see the Earth in the background. And there's the sun. There's Jupiter. Oh, there we go. Of course, the Earth isn't spinning that fast. We all know that.
LD, channel 1. Go, LD.
We can slow it down.
Load contingency address
Let's
file
slow it down.
adjust _AB094 _07 SDLCRC 511 Delta. Roger, AB094
That's Mercury.
Flight control LC. Go ahead, this flight control. You have to go to load contingency file, adjust. AB094
Let's go back to.
07.
Let's see what Saturn's doing right now. There's Saturn. And its moons. The moons are exaggerated, so they just be little dots. I'm going to speed it up just a hair here, so we get a little bit of movement. I think I can click on one of these moons, go right to that moon. See what it looks like from Saturn. Saturn is going to be humongous. Let's see, Saturn's around here somewhere. Where the hell? There it is. If we were out here, right here, this is about how big Saturn would be. Damn big in the sky. Let's go to Jupiter. We went back to Mercury. Now we're going to go back to the moon. I don't. Mercury, Earth. Or the moon. Why? Now let's go to Jupiter. Now it's off one planet. Let's go back one more. Ah, this is Jupiter. Of course, it doesn't turn that fast, but...
We have another update on the weather. I'm going to hand it back to Will Ulrich for a status.
I can tell you what it is. I just walked outside.
Hey, Andrea, it's like we keep pushing the snooze button, waiting for tonight's launch, right? I have a little bit of an update from my colleagues over at the 45th Weather Squadron. Satellite imagery continues to show that anvil cloud sitting overhead, and this live shot that you see right now shows that anvil cloud perfectly over Complex 41, and unfortunately it just doesn't want to move. Now originally we were evaluating that cloud under the attached anvil cloud rule because it was attached to its parent thunderstorm. That thunderstorm has since dissipated, so we're now evaluating it under the detached anvil cloud rule. Unfortunately, that doesn't really change the status that we're in. We are in a no-go status for the detached anvil rule with an updated clear time of 6:45 p.m. So we still have at least another 15-20 minutes to go before we can start thinking about setting that new T0. That's all I've got for now. I'll throw it back to you in the studio.
Let's go back to Jupiter. Yeah, there we go. These astronomy, a lot of these astronomy programs. I got another, the ones for me for tracking all the satellites and stuff like that. And the one that controls the telescope is awesome.
Thanks, wondering how you can see today's Atlas V launch of USS F-12? This visibility map shows when and where your best chances are to see the rocket as it launches from Cape Canaveral.
Really? This, what? She'll probably get out. Okay, see. Yeah. Oh, we're back at the beach. So this beach here is normally, if I remember correctly, a nudist beach. I guess they got their clothes on today. I got some chips. What else did I buy yesterday to munch on? I got some chips. Chillo's just sitting here so patiently. What's the launch window? What's the launch window right now? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. What's the launch window? I can get it from this program right here. Yeah. We only got 30 minutes more for the launch window. I ain't going. I'm going to tell you that right now. Payload, secret government, top secret mission. Well, 86. You and 99 go out and find out what the top secret stuff. Okay, you're being stupid, Dave. This is how I stay on top of all this stuff. Let's go back to Jupiter. Isn't this stuff fascinating? I mean, You should see some of this stuff to look at. My banking stuff is. I mean, I do all my banking online. Alright, I need to get my Social Security and my disabled veterans check. Come on, speed it up. Should have been here last night. I'm a privileged character. Let's see. I think they got Voyager on here. Let's look at Voyager. Astronauts, comets, Planet 9, question mark. Alright, come on. Oh, here we go. I think I can get. Let me do a search here. It's not taking an input. Sometimes when you got too much stuff on it, it doesn't. What is this? Is that the? That's messenger. Cassini. Well, let's see where the Cassini is. Oh. That's where the Cassini is. Let's see where it is in retrospect to the sun. See if I can find the sun here. Yeah, there's the sun. It's pretty far away. Alright, let me see if I can find. Galileo, Kepler, let's see here. Let me look at some of these other. Let me type in there. Convenient Voyager. Let me see if I can do it this way. Show keyboard. There we go. Now let's pick one. Voyager 1. This is where Voyager 1 is. We're going to go all the way out. Now it's looking for Voyager. Where is it? No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I know. Voyager 1 right here. Here we go. It's going to find. See how far we're going away from. It's way out there. Let's see what it looks. Let's see if I can see the sun here. See how big the sun is. If I can find it. There we go. See the sun way down there? Right in here? Boy, that sucker. Woo. That's awesome. That is just phenomenal. Let's go back to Dave, you're screwing up here. Should Be lucky that you're not. I guess it's got its little thing. Okay, let's go back to Jupiter here. No, it's always one off. I don't know why. Now we're going to Jupiter. There we go. Let's see if I can get the moons to come in. The moons aren't that big. They're just big little dots right now. You hit this button, kind of make them bigger so you can see what's going on here. That's Jupiter right there. Let me do this. Let me turn this down. Almost all the way. Gee. Isn't that something? Just barely. Have a little bit of... No, I don't want that. No, I can't see what I'm doing. Let's do this. That's good. Alright, we'll go back to the real world here. Let me do this. Let's see. I'm going to turn this up just a tad. Just a tad. I have to turn it down way low so it doesn't burn everything out. Let's see, how long we've been streaming now. That's all you did. An hour and 3 minutes. We only have 20 minutes before they're going to say scrub. Ain't that right, Chillo? Chillo knows what's going on. Right, Chillo? Right, Booty? Right, Booty? That's a good boy. He's a good boy. Sorry I can't participate in the chat. I'd have to have my other iPhone going. Because I'm not using YouTube to stream this with. I'm using the second party app because this app lets me do stuff like this. I'll turn the internet off and then I can go right back to here. I wonder if I can put GIFs in there. I wish I could put videos in there, but I won't take videos. I could have just done an astronomy hangout with Dave, astronomy.
While we are still waiting to clear the Anvil cloud rule, a new upper-level wind profile has been loaded into the Atlas V rocket's onboard computer, and the upper-level winds are now green. I'm going to toss it back to Will Ulrich for more details on the weather.
It's cloudy.
Hey, Andrea, that's great news about the upper-level winds. Now, that means all that we're left with is continuing to monitor the detached anvil rule. And I
All
wanted
you
to bring
have to
up
do is go outside and look up.
It
It ain't going.
The 45th Weather Squadron to evaluate current radar imagery. Now, what you're looking at right now is called radar reflectivity.
I could have told
and it
you that
shows
for
the
50
cloud of
cents in the
concern
pop
at
bottle.
approximately 20 to 30,000 feet. This is that detached anvil cloud rule that my colleagues at the 45th Weather Squadron are actively evaluating. Now, the good
45th
news
Weather
is
Squadron?
that
Do they
cumulus
carry
cloud
bombs?
is beginning, or
Bombardier?
that detached anvil cloud is beginning to dissipate. If I put it forward into time, notice how that cloud is gradually thinning out. And that's what we need to look for in order to get us out of that detached anvil rule. So I do expect an update from my colleagues here soon. We may be able to clear that detached anvil rule for much longer. And really, if we're green on upper level winds, we're not really concerned with anything else at this point. And I do think we have a shot to launch later today. Back to you.
We only got 20 minutes. I think the launch window is only an hour. Should have lifted up 40 minutes ago. It ain't going nowhere. Because if they screw the pooch on this, they'll just $150 million down the tubes. Ain't that right, Chillo? Chillo says, yep. See, Doc's going to be doing his live stream in about 20 minutes. I need to put his URL. He's got an excellent live stream on volcanoes. He's not a Dr. Phil, but he knows what he's talking about. It makes it very entertaining. He doesn't go over your head. Talk about detached anvil clouds, whatever that is. Rule. Why? Quiet. No. Come on. Come here. What'd I say? No. And I say, I never get mad at my dogs. I just say no. I'd rather have a dog bark than not bark at all. If they don't bark, they know how to watch dog. All right. What do we got going here? Come on.
It's 6:43.
It's 6:43.
Well, Mickey even says it's going to be scrubbed. I need to get the name of that song, that piano song that Doc got off YouTube. Ain't that right, Poopy? I'm getting hungry. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. Take that to minimize that. Let's make it a little thing here. Let's go over here. Hello everybody. I got the screen turned down so much that I can't even see who's in the chat right now. Let me turn up turn on. Let me toggle the timestamps. Yeah. No, it hasn't been scrubbed yet. But I'll tell you right now, I can see the chat room and everything. We're just hanging here. I can do this.
We have another weather update. I'm going to send it over again to Will Ulrich.
Oh, Will!
Hey, Andrea. Just heard from my colleagues at the 45th Weather Squadron over at the Morale Operations
The 45th
Center, and we
Weather
are
Squadron.
extending the no-go status on that detached Anvil cloud rule for a little bit longer. And one of those reasons is because that cloud, though it is dissipating, it's still above the limit that we monitor to ensure that cloud does not pose a threat for rocket-triggered lightning. So the clouds that you see there over Cape Canaveral are moving in the correct direction. They are slowly moving from the west to the east. And even though they're moving very slowly, they're also dissipating at the same time. So long as we continue to see that trend, and we still have about an hour and 10 to an hour and 15 minutes left in the window, the trend is our friend, and we're hopeful that that cloud will get out of here in time so that we can launch just after 7 p.m. I'll provide an update as soon as I hear. Back to you guys.
So everybody's going to be going over to Doc's place in about 10 minutes. Yes. That's not fair. Let's go over to Doc's place. Let's do this. Is it this one here? Let's go here to subscriptions. Go to Doc's place real quick. Let's see here. Where is he? I know he's in here somewhere. Come on. I wonder if they take it out and put it up with the live stuff. There he is. No, we want Dot. We want Dot. Where are you, Dot? Is he like that? Type in here. Alright. At least it's got music. Ooh. Let me turn down something. Isn't that better than what we're looking at? That thing ain't gonna come. Boy, he's really doing it up right. Doc. He doesn't go live till 7 his time. I like that volcano though, that's cool. I was giving Doc a little razzing today. That's alright. He does pretty good live stream. Maybe I can get him as guest on one of my live streams. Alright, come on, Doc. Let's play some more music here. Alright. Let's see if everybody. I need to get this. So I need to get his playlist. Let me type something here. I gotta bring up the. Keyboard attached to. There we go. Take it away, Doc.
And the microphone is on. Welcome or welcome. Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say welcome back. Actually, most of you people are being welcomed back. So we got to love it. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. And just in time, let's see. We'll move that a little bit and get back to some fire on the screen.
Some fire on the screen?
While we're chatting. And anyway, good to have everyone on board. And first off, I do have to say hi to everyone. And renewal of membership, Paul Williams and Gura. And then Grandma B threw in a $5 super chat, as well as Linda Schoof throws in a $5 super chat. Actually, they were both super stickers. And that is awesome. Thank you very kindly, and that is great support. I really do appreciate it, you guys. And happy Canada Day, everyone. Today is July the 1st. It is Canada's birthday, and geez, I don't even know how old Canada is now. What is it, 155 years old, I believe. Something like that. Not quite as old as me, definitely a lot younger than Irish Monk, so that's all good. And by the way, Irish Monk is here today. He's doing a little bit better, so good to see him on board. 153 is what Sue says. Okay, I knew I was close, Sue, with that number, but you know, being old, memory fails. Gura, wow, Gura throws in a 30 Swedish kroner super chat. That's awesome. Thank you very kindly. It's a super sticker with the Galabunga kind of thing or something like that. And that is awesome. Thank you kindly, Gura. That is wonderful. Anyway, welcome to my moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy. Piggy is in the background. She's in the Lurkers Lounge. Everybody can say hi to Piggy. She won't respond though. She's very tired. And she has been looking after little Buddy. And I guess she's all worn out. So she's going to just sit back and take it easy. And I'm hoping she's going to fall asleep listening to my voice. And Peggy, your eyes are getting heavier. You want to fall asleep. You want to fall asleep, Peggy. What? LOL, I hear you at David Brewer's stream in delay. Oh my God, what's happening? Is he restreaming me? Oh boy, oh boy. Anyway, did I change the numbers of the badges? No, but I will address that shortly. And I'm back to the rocket launch. Okay, if we see it flying across the screen, I will know what's happening. When is it supposed to launch, David? How long from now? What time? And welcome also to Gary. Welcome to the, anyway, I was going to welcome all the moderators. So I got Arizona Snowman, Piggy is in the background, and Lurkers Lounge. Lucas Snow is here, of course, and 24/7 live. He's at Skies. Gary is here as well. And I'll probably, I am older than my date of birth. Irish monk, I feel the same way. Irish monk. Thank you kindly for that super chat of, what is it?
Let's go back. Let's go see.
The year 827. And that is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
anyway, so welcome to the moderators. And Piggy,
this
like
chat.
I say, Piggy will be lurking. And hopefully she'll fall asleep. So that's what we want. Anyway, Biggie, and thank you kindly, all of you, for that wonderful support. Of course, what we're watching is Cumbre Vieja file footage from back in November 6th is the date on this one, and that's what we were seeing, so pretty awesome. And I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat. And welcome to all of you. We're going to start out with Sue Hayes.
What did I do? Oh, David, you're a dummy. Okay, wait a second here. Is this the launch code here? No, that's not.
It's lunchtime, and we've got a nice thunderstorm coming in.
Nah. Let me go to my library, history. There we go. Let's go back.
Shortly after liftoff, the rocket begins a pitchover to attain the proper flight path, minimizing the dynamic pressure the vehicle experiences during flight.
They're lying to
Within
us.
the first few minutes of flight, the vehicle reaches Mach 1, the speed of sound, followed by jettison of the solid rocket boosters.
Oh, wow.
About 4 minutes later, propellant levels
I'd rather go back to
the booster
dark.
engine shuts down, followed by release of the booster stage. At various times in flight, depending on the mission, the vehicle jettisons its payload variant. From there, the second stage will continue carrying the spacecraft towards its destination with planned engine starts and stops. Finally, Centaur will release the spacecraft in its target orbit to continue its journey.
How come my streams lately have all turned out to be zeros? I want to go out and get me something to eat.
We have an update on the weather. I'm going to hand it back to Will Ulrich for a status.
Hey, Andrea, some really good news. Those clouds that you see on satellite behind me continue to thin, and I just got word from the meteorologists over at the 45th Weather Squadron that we are now go for the detached Anvil rule, and that means we're go on all lightning launch commit criteria. So good news, we are progressing well towards that 7 p.m. liftoff time. All things are go from weather. Back to you guys.
LCLD, Channel 1, go LD. Roger, load contingency address file, address underscore APO94, underscore 08, with an SBL CRC of 97, Charlie Charlie. Roger. Flight Control LC. Go ahead, this flight control, load contingency file, address AP094 underscore.
I just looked outside. It's cloudy. It's all get out. Look at all those clouds there.
Roger and work. Team, we will hold off on IFPS transfer to L at on that at L-9 minutes.
You're not a brother, you're not a friend. I don't want to know you or what you do.
I'm over here watching TV. We're still on hold. I'm going to turn the microphone.
Flight is dedicated to Dr. Vladimir Shav.
Go. Red line monitor. Go. Quality. Go. Ops safety manager. Go. UA safety officer. Go. Vehicle system engineer.
We're not going to see
Go.
it from here.
Anomaly chief. Go. Range coordinator. Clear to proceed. Launch director. Stand by. Awaiting POLs for
It's
webs.
not going to launch. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Prior to coming out of the count. And LDLC, that one. LD, are
Get
you
rid of those
expecting
stupid.
to get it clear in the next minute and a half? Yes, we are. This is the LD. Launch vehicle is ready to launch. Roger. Mission director.
No, it's not.
Mission Director, you have permission to launch.
Proceeding with the count.
No, it's not. It's going to scrub. They ain't going to go with it. No, they're not.
23-15-000. Verified.
The clock hasn't moved yet.
CRTD verified. WFOB is configured for launch. WFOB is configured for launch.
Polling is complete. The ULA launch team and the Space Force mission director are go for launch. From T-minus 4 minutes until launch, you will be listening to Scott Barney and his team performing the final steps in the countdown procedure. Several critical activities occur in the final minutes before launch, including verifying fuel tank levels and pressures in the booster and Centaur, and arming the flight termination
Let's get
system.
that clock over there
At
running.
T-minus 25 seconds, you'll hear Go Atlas, Go Centaur, Go USSF-12. This is a final status check of Atlas, Centaur, and USSF-12 readiness. At T-minus 3 seconds, the main engine ignites, followed by ignition of the solid rocket boosters.
And you
Then
can't
after
stop
seeing
it.
the Atlas V lift off the launch pad, you'll begin hearing flight commentator Patrick Moore providing ascent data as the rocket makes its way to orbit.
I'm gonna go outside, and you'll see how cloudy it is. Now, if it were to launch in about an hour, it'd be dark enough to see the planes, in the dark
This
sky.
is Atlas Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. We anticipate releasing the hold in just a few moments.
2, 1, mark. 359.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, folks.
Transferring ring to internal power. Roger. 355. Ground pyros enabled.
I'm gonna grab the camera and
The
run out
countdown
there.
clock is resumed and we are go for launch at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. With liftoff approaching, we're going to raise the volume on our launch team so you can hear the final preps.
Oh, goody.
.330. Atlas hydraulics have flight pressure.
If it blows up, it blows up. I don't think they should go. We got T-minus 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
Three minutes.
3 minutes.
Securing LG topping. Atlas tank to flight pressure.
Stop it. Hold. Stop the presses.
250.
FPS internal.
Now, you need to go over here. Come on over here. Come on over here. You heard my baby poopy. Yeah, you need to go over here. Yeah, there you go. Right there. You need to lay down right there. Let me get my sandals on. Jello wants me to pet him. T-minus 2:23. Like I said, I'm gonna grab the camera. I doubt it. We're gonna see it. I know it's cloudy out there.
.159.
Vehicle internal.
155. On sequencer start. 150. Centaur LH2. Securing Centaur LO2. 140. Launch enabled.
It's cloudy and rainy.
137.
I'm not even gonna take the camera out there.
T-minus 90 seconds. The launch vehicle, payload, ground systems, and eastern range are go for launch.
Launch. Ring is configured for launch. 120.
OCU's armed.
SES count started. 115. Produce ECS for launch. Roger. 110. Vent valves locked.
T-minus 1 minute.
Green.
So we'll just watch it from here. Like I said, it's cloudy out there. Actually, it's raining. Oh well.
40 seconds.
You go for it. Lightning alert, that's what it's saying up there.
28.
Daytona.
Launch. Verified. 25. Status check. Go Atlas. Code Centaur. SF12.
Let me turn this down a little bit more so we get a better.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have engine ignition. And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket, carrying USSF-12 for the United States Space Force.
Pitch over program, body rates look good. NPU's gone to closed loop. System response looks good. Now 20 seconds into flight.
Kaboom!
Atlas is now completing the
I'm not
pitch
even
over
going to go
maneuver, body rates
outside.
continue to look good. RD-180 is throttled down slightly to partial thrust. Response looks good. Now 36 seconds into flight. Atlas V is now passing Mach 1. RD-180 continue to look good in partial thrust mode. Seeing good chamber pressures on all SRBs.
This is all high quality streaming here.
And 49 seconds into flight, max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. RD-180 engine operating parameters continue to look good. SRB chamber pressures also look good. Now passing 1 minute into flight.
I forget who. Oh, it's India. They have their. When they're in the vacuum of space, you can hear all the thrusters go off and clink and clank and the airness of space.
Chamber pressures on the SRBs continue to look good. RD-180 engine operating parameters also look good. Now 1 minute 23 seconds into flight, approximately 3 minutes now remaining in the boost phase of flight. And at this point in the flight, Atlas V now weighs just 1/2 of its liftoff weight. And see SRB chamber pressure is tailing off now. And we have SRB burnout. 1 minute 45 seconds into flight. RD-180 engine operating parameters continue to look good.
Boy, if they just had this stuff during the
And we have jettison of all 4 solid rocket boosters.
Apollo, the Mercury, and the Gemini.
Vehicle's gone to closed loop steering.
I'm surprised it
Body
doesn't.
rate responses look good.
When those boosters
Just past 2 minutes into flight now.
jettison, the ship doesn't sway or something. You know, that's weird.
RD-180 throttling down slightly as expected. Engine operating parameters continue to look good.
You think the weight would?
And 2 minutes now remaining in the boost phase of flight. Atlas V is now 50 miles in altitude, 78 miles downrange distance, traveling at 5,000 miles per hour. 2 minutes 40 seconds in. RD-180 engine operating parameters continue to look good. Vehicle body rates looking good throughout boost phase. And the Centaur reaction control system is now pressurizing to flight level. System response looks good. Coming
Well,
up
they
on 3
really got
minutes
these
into flight.
cameras mounted pretty tight on these rockets, don't they?
RD-180 now throttling to maintain a constant 2.5 G acceleration limit, seeing good response on the RD-180.
Quiet. Hey.
Body rates continue to look good throughout boost phase. Now passing 3 minutes 20 seconds into flight. Approximately 1 minute now remaining until BECO.
MECO is
And we have good indication of
main
payload
engine
fairing
cutoff.
jettison and CFLR deck jettison.
Yeah, okay, this is cool.
Vehicle's now throttled back up slightly. Engine response continues to look good.
Ooh, cool.
And RD-180 now throttling to maintain a constant 4.6 G acceleration limit in preparation for VECO. And we have boost phase chill down. Passing 4 minutes into flight. Vehicle systems all continue to operate nominally throughout boost phase. Body rates continue to look good. RD-180 engine operating parameters continue to look good as it maintains that acceleration limit.
Should they do a jettison here?
Standing by for VECO shortly. And we have VECO booster engine cutoff, standing by for stage sep. And we have good indication of stage separation.
Now that's cool. This is cool.
We have pre-start on the RL-10, standing by for ignition. We have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10. Chamber pressure looks good, body rates look good.
This is cool. Huh?
Centaur's gone to closed loop steering, body rates continue to look good. Now 5 minutes into flight. RL-10 chamber pressure continues to
We'll
look
check
good.
into Doc's
Body
place
rates look
before
good. This first burn of today's mission will last approximately 6 minutes 18 seconds.
This is Atlas Mission Control at T plus 5 minutes and 14 seconds. We just heard flight commentator Patrick Moore confirm the successful completion of the early phase of today's flight and all systems continue to operate nominally. Our next event, Centaur main engine cutoff, will occur in approximately 6 minutes. As we approach our next milestone, we'd like to share a recent conversation with U.S. Space Force's Colonel Heather Bogsty.
Oh, come on.
Hi, I'm Colonel Heather Bogsty, the Senior Material Leader for the Resilient Missile Warning, Missile Tracking, and Missile Defense Acquisition Delta from the Space Sensing Directorate, Space Systems Command in Los Angeles Air Force Base, California.
Her title is like 50
At
foot
Space
long.
Systems Command, we are focused on the threat. And right now, we are at unprecedented times where the threat is coming at us faster than ever, with dimmer targets that we are currently working to detect better. The launch of USS F-12 and Wide Field of View will really help shape how we implement our architecture moving forward and get after that threat. We are working with the Space Development Agency and the Missile Defense Agency in a combined program office to have an integrated missile warning architecture that will
she's
soon
a full
pivot
bird colonel.
away from GEO towards the MEO and LEO layers on orbit. The data from Wide Field of View will help pathfind and demonstrate what technologies we want to use in the future. Wide Field of View has a 4K by 4K focal plane. With this, we'll be able to see a larger area of the Earth than ever before, over 3,000 plus kilometers at any one time. It also has a tactical
How far is that in
ruler,
miles, girl?
which has been used in the air domain, and now we're eager to see how it will be applied to the space domain. If this works, we can see significant cost savings as we scale up our architecture in the future. Another way that Wide Field of View is going to be helping us is with data exploitation. We're performing data exploitation out of our TAP lab in Boulder, Colorado, and the team there is really looking at how do we enhance our algorithms to really refine the battle space characterization and missile warning capabilities that we currently have. Wide Field of View is really going to help demonstrate that moving forward.
Oh, good.
So it's going to help us operationalize the data and get it integrated into the integrated tactical warning, attack, and assessment architecture
I know, people are
that we're
coming
currently
in.
seeing with the SIBRS
This guy's
missions.
a nut.
We're very eager for
At least
the
I'm not talking
upcoming
about
launch of
UFOs
SIBRS
and
GO6,
aliens and
as it
little
will be
green
the
men
second
like
OPR
one live
spacecraft in a
stream.
very short duration of time, really
All right.
making our missile warning capability more robust than ever. We'd like to thank all of our mission partners and industry partners that have helped us get to this point so far. Millennium Space Systems for the integration of the payload and the bus development, L3 Harris for the payload, United Launch Alliance for helping launch our satellite into orbit, for the Space Dynamics Laboratory for the data exploitation and algorithm development, our partners at the Aerospace Corporation, and our partners at NASA Ames. Without all of them, this would not be possible, and and we're very eager to see all the amazing capabilities that Wide Field of View is going to bring to orbit. Go Wide Field of View.
You go.
We are a couple minutes away from MECO 1. While we wait, we thought it would be fun to share the results from the rounds of trivia we hosted earlier for our ULA Twitter account. Great job to all who participated and who were first to correctly answer each question. Okay, we're going to get into the trivia questions now. Question 1. Before today's mission, what was the most recent payload launched by an Atlas V 541 rocket? And the answer is, ULA successfully launched the GOES-T Weather Observatory for NOAA and NASA in March from Cape Canaveral, Florida. Question number 2.
I thought it was
How many U.S.
John
national
Glenn.
security launches has ULA performed in its 150 successful launches to date? And the answer for number 2 is, ULA has launched 93 national security missions in our first 150 flights, deploying reconnaissance, communications, navigation, and weather satellites for the nation. Moving on to question number 3. How many burns by the Centaur upper stage are planned in tonight's USSF-12 launch?
1.
And the answer is, USSF-12 launch is a direct insertion into geosynchronous orbit, one of the most challenging missions required by national security spaceflight. Atlas V will conduct 3 Centaur burns to reach its destination.
Oh, really?
Next question, question number 4. What is the diameter of the out-of-autoclave payload fairing protecting the dual USSF-12 payloads during launch?
Is it bigger than a bread box?
And the answer to this question is
it?
The 2 satellites riding
right.
into space atop this Atlas V rocket are protected during atmospheric flight by the 17.7-foot or 5.4-meter diameter out-of-autoclave payload fairing. And the final question, question number 5. What is the horsepower rating of the Atlas V 541 rocket launching tonight?
Is it faster than the Corvette? It's faster. I bet it is. I was
the
right.
Atlas V 541 rocket unleashed 32
faster than the
million
Corvette.
horsepower to launch the USSF-12 mission to geosynchronous orbit.
I'm not going to say. Okay, I'm going to stop.
And we have MECO main engine cut off.
I find all those answers bogus. They were just,
Centaur is now entering a 12-minute coast duration.
they were too correctly worded. That's the reason.
RCS is engaged, 100% 4S settling as expected.
All right. Are we going to see any more live stuff?
This is Atlas Mission Control at 11 minutes and 21 seconds. Patrick Moore just confirmed successful completion of the first of 3 Centaur main engine burns. The second main engine burn will occur in approximately 12 minutes. During this time, I have the pleasure of being welcomed by Jason Kim, Millennium Space Systems CEO. Jason, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Andrea.
Thank you for
Well, I
having me.
bet you're really excited and relieved to finally see that the weather held out for that launch.
That's right, I'm on Cloud 9, and I know a lot about clouds now.
Yeah, we know anvil clouds, cumulus clouds. I'm sure we're all very educated.
Let's go over to Doc's place.
Well, before we get into the launch, because I know we're just kind of riding high right now on the launch, we're actually going to take a look at a video you sent us about Wide Field of View. So before we get into our interview, let's take a look.
Fantastic.
Our missile warning capability is the initial bell ringer for the nation. Our systems provide constant coverage to detect and report missile launches, giving us the ability to attribute from where a missile is launched, determine where it is headed, and then keep our families, warfighters, and families safe. The advancing and very real threat requires that we expand our focus beyond integrating and fielding a single space system iteratively. While staying far ahead of the threat, we must deliver more resilient, multi-layer systems of systems, bring together best-of-breed operational space technology from across agencies, and field affordable capability. We must transform how we execute this mission because threats are constantly evolving.
Wide Field of View is a geosynchronous satellite for the U.S. Space Force. It serves as a standalone test bed for missile warning. The satellite will test different ways to collect and report missile launch data and will inform future OPIR programs of record. The program really is a team effort with the Space Force, NASA.
Pretty awesome. I'll zoom back a little bit, and we'll
We're over at Doc's place.
See what else we see. 4 spots. We do have a couple of little ones here on this longer curl, if I said it right. I don't know. I don't know how to speak Icelandic, so if I messed it up, I'm sorry. 18.6 kilometers down for this 1.0. 3:49 a.m. For that one. And where's the other one here? I know he's down here somewhere.
Let's go back to dock here. Come on. There we go.
It is just about break time. Real quick, a shot at the peninsula, and that is the Reykjanes Peninsula for those who don't know. And Reykjavik, capital city, Keflavik Airport right there, Keflavik, and Yarvik and Reykjanesbær, all in that area.
There we go. We got
and there's the Blue Lagoon and the power plant and Grindavik.
We're going to...
And let's see where that quake is. It's right there.
Call it quits right now.
2.0. 4.5 kilometers down was actually from yesterday at 1956. So that's kind of what we're seeing there, you guys. We'll take a look briefly at the other map when I come back from the break. But for now, we'll leave
turn
it
the
there.
internet off here.
Let me get back over to the other screen.
All right. Sorry, Doc. Alright, we're gonna find my thingamajig here so I can close this out. And we're going to end the stream. What's the matter here? Oh, 175%. There we go. We're going to end the stream here. Y'all take it easy. It was cloudy here, but at least we saw the launch. Alright. So, for now, tomorrow, the next day, we'll be live again probably tonight or tomorrow morning. Alright. End stream. Yes, I did it.